I was going to collage these pieces onto the background. Do I still want to do that? I don't know if I do really like it with the pieces, and I'm thinking that I should glue them down. Because once I glue them down, they're down forever. Sometimes when we hang out together, I'm going to be tired. I'm going to be tired, and I'm not going to be feeling like it. I'm not going to be feeling like making art. And I'm not going to bring the whole energy. And I'm just going to feel relaxed. But I also still want to keep coming in here no matter how I'm feeling, to always check in and always gently tend to the art. Think in service to the art. So how can I serve this art today? Yeah, I think that's good. So even when I don't feel like it, I come in, and because it is, I believe it's a living, some force that's trying to come into this world, because it just blows my mind that this idea of creating something from nothing. And so I've got to think there is something magical, miraculous about that. So I think it's something, because I can do it and I'm drawn to doing it. I'm drawn to making art. Even when I don't feel like it, just remembering that I am in service to this thing, this passage through me, whatever, and, you know, spend time with it. I don't want to say responsibility, but maybe it is a responsibility we have to it. All right, let me get off that track. I'm just procrastinating. I am kind of procrastinating. Okay, so I'm going to get out some of my collage tools. I'm going to get to work here. Let's zap up some energy. Do I want to use my gloss medium? You know what? I don't. Because the background is so matte, I don't want to get any gloss on it. So why don't I get some other medium? I don't have any other Liquitex matte medium. The closest I have is this Mod Podge paper, which is a matte water-based glue. And I put it in this little thing so I could have the tip. But today, since I'm doing these wide pieces, I'm gonna just brush them on. So, all right, that we need. And put that away. What else are we going to use? And we're going to use this. We're also going to use one of these little scrapers. These are nice just to smear it on, get the bubbles out. I do want to be careful though, because I don't want it too much to come out onto that matte background. But I have that. What else? And this. These are great. This is like a silicone makeup brush. That's great for smearing on wide areas of glue. And you can use a brush. I don't like using a brush because cleaning glue off a brush is not too much fun. All right, so that looks good. And I have this to glue onto, so I don't need this. I like to use freezer paper. Silicone mat. I'll keep scissors in case I can see I'm gonna have sections that I'm gonna want to cut off. And very important, these tweezers are okay. But I do like these. I find these are even better for picking up, sliding under and picking stuff up. Okay, so let me get myself situated here. You can go up there, buddy. Okay, now here comes the fun part. Putting together a puzzle. I don't have a picture, so I am going to just recreate it as I go, and when I like my little configuration with my puzzle pieces here, I will stop and hopefully I will be gluing. So that's this step. So I'm going to start there and glue that down. So I'm going to put this over here. I'm right-handed. So I'm going to get my area here. And let's start. So I could take this Mod Podge, of course, and I could dip right into it with my thing here. Dip, dip, dip. Then I'm going to get glue all around this, and I'm not going to enjoy working with it. I know myself. So I could also, which is what I did, put it in one of these little an old glue bottle, and then I can just kind of put it on just enough, not too much, and smoosh that around. I wouldn't take it like this now and glue it, because there's all these spots that don't have glue on them. And really, if I want it to stay stuck down and never come off, glue has to touch every dry paper surface. It can't have glue on it anymore. And even better is if I was even putting glue onto the other side, so glue could stick onto glue. I can give it a little smear, but I'm not going to do too much, but really focus on the points, because paper likes to peel up by the points. The edges. Okay. Now I have to be careful so I don't lie it down in the glue. So you need a big enough gluing area off to the side. Oh shoot. Or I could also like make a little puddle of it and run it through the puddle. That actually might work better than this. But this way I'm sure there's glue everywhere. Okay, got my glue. I have no idea where I'm putting this one. Here we go. Looks nice. That looks good like that. Just smoosh that down for good measure. All right, there's one side done for sure. Are we already changing directions? There we go. All right, there we go. Another little dimension. So after you left last time, I went in on my own and painted in some blue leaves here just to finish up that next layer on the background. And here's what it looks like with our little guy like that. I mean, if I just leave it like that, look at that. He looks like, I'm saying he, I don't know why. It looks like an angel flying above, overhead. I like that. I kind of like just how it looks on its own here without, I mean, the house might have to be way down here. That's kind of cool. If it was a bigger piece of paper, it feels like it needs a bigger piece of paper. Let me just zoom out so you can see, like if that was the top and it went down to here and this tree could grow up. This feels tight. When I put it up like that, the whole thing is too tight. So I either have to cut, well I can't, but I would have either had to make this smaller or used a longer sheet of paper, which I wish I had done now, because this looks pretty cool down here. See, then that works if I have it on a longer aspect ratio, but because I'm taking pictures of every element, I can then bring it into Procreate, I can bring it into Photoshop and work on it and print it out as a longer finished piece. I am loving this, not gluing down my collage art and seeing you know, just with playing with each of the elements, seeing what I can come up with. See, check this out. How the bottom is so built up. I have like in sections, I've one, two, 3 layers, 4 layers. This has 2 layers. So it gets quite thick in this section, you can see here. But that's not a problem if I'm taking photographs of each section and digitally building it up. So I'm just going to reach under here, the ones that are coming up. Glue them down nicely. All right, there's my finished little bottom piece. Zoom out here. Just decorated it a bit more so it looks nice standing on its own. Oh, like as soon as I stop and I look away, I look back, I see more. I see more that I want to do. It's so hard to commit to being finished. Now I'm really done. I'm really done this time. This is my background. Finished. Really, really finished this time. This time I'm not joking. I'm not going to touch this anymore. And next time I'm going to be doing something completely different. Famous last words. I'm going to just stop and leave it like it is now. Take a photo of the background. File everything away together, and that is future Lisa's problem. I don't want to think about it now. I'm happy with how it's worked out up to this point, and I'm going to stop there. Really, I am going to stop. But it is so much fun to play with all these little pieces and move it around. I'm having so much fun. It's like being a kid again. Okay.